This is a little quick video before Moosey comes home tomorrow. And we have had a little bit of not so good news, but we're handling it okay. And of course, wonderful news because tomorrow is Moosey's homecoming. Our not so good news was our visit with the neurosurgeon this week as he reviewed a brand new CT scan and gave us some news that we were prepared for. So our mindset is good. The news isn't great, but we're going to handle it. So stay with us for a while and you'll hear the good news and the not so good news. This is the week that Moosey comes home. And today, my grandson and I are working very, very hard to get everything ready here at the cottage. Now, we did have some news this week that I want to tell you now before tomorrow, when tomorrow is the homecoming. And I don't want anything to interfere with the homecoming of Moosey. I will be picking him up late in the morning, and hopefully we'll film some of this. But today, I want to just bring you up to date on the news. I know many of you have been waiting to hear the results of our consultation with the neurosurgeon after the new CT scan that was done on Moosey's neck. Well, the news wasn't great, but we were somewhat prepared. And I have to tell you that Moosey and I have had a long conversation about this, and we have accepted this. We're ready to go forward with our life, knowing that we are still the same two people, Moosey and Nanny, and we can live our little simple life and still visit children, have children visit us, take little visits to the yogurt shop. We can still do things, but let me get to it now. This is not going to be a long video because we are busy today, and I'm fixing up Moosey's world as best I can, and Aiden is going around and doing housekeeping for me. Oh, how I love grandkids. And I think Aiden will be my go-to every week to help me just get organized and keep everything going here. So we met with the neurosurgeon the middle of this week, and he showed us the scans of the fractures. There's two fractures, C1 and C2, high on the back of the neck of Moosey from when he fell. This has been now, he fell August 12th, so it's quite a while, and it's been a long time since he's been here in our little cottage with me. I've been alone all this time, and we are so anxious to get back to our normal life. Now, I had told you that previously the doctor had said, as he looked at the older scans, that he might have to wear the collar for at least another 6 months or possibly life. So at that time, a month ago, we did try to digest all this in our minds and the possibilities of wearing this collar for life. At this point, he doesn't really have any pain, which is the good part. There is a little bit of clicking in there that the doctor's somewhat concerned about, but at this point, he said, there still is space in between these fractures. It really has not healed, and that's due to Moosey's age and probably all the other things that Moosey has going for him in the way of various other, what you call aging problems. And there's a word for it, but I forget it. And he said the other option would be possibly surgery, but he said he really only gives that a 50-50 in his mind. He said, we could do it, and I have operated on 90-year-old men, but with your history of various ailments and your age, I wouldn't, I'm not suggesting it, but I will consider it if you want to think about it. Well, Moosey and I both looked at each other, and he said, no, that would be something that we really don't want to consider. And there is Of course, it's an 8 or 9 hour operation, and the doctor did say would have to fuse some of these bones together, in which case you couldn't move your neck anyway. And you think about the recuperation and the possibilities of other things. And so we ruled that out. So Moosey did say, well, is there another softer collar, perhaps, that I could switch to? And he said, Moose, this is the soft collar, but it's rigid, which what he meant by that was that this is the softest that he could risk putting on his neck at this point. Now, the only problem at times is somewhat sleeping a little bit. He does have to sleep on his back. There will be many adjustments to his life and to mine, but that's the not so good news. Of course, the good news is that he has gained back the mobility that he needs to be able to very carefully get around. Of course, the doctor said, of course, Moose, you can't fall again. Well, that's not something you can count on. You never plan to fall. But we will be very careful. And for doctor trips and various outings and things, we will use our Featherlight wheelchair. Our son Matthew and his wife Cindy have a DME, and Matthew found us a lightweight wheelchair. It's lightweight, it's heavier than the rollator, but it's something that I can deal with carefully, putting in and out of the back of the van for visits. And we will use the wheelchair for any visits to the children, anything outside of the house. That's a must. At the same time, when Moosey comes home, probably next week, we will start the PT when the fellas will come to the house, probably twice a week. We will also have some occupational therapy for helping Moosey with his getting dressed or bathroom duties. And then a nurse, I believe, will also come probably weekly and just check his vitals and everything too. And that is a Medicare thing and probably will go on maybe about 2 months. So we are ready for this. It's a big energy reset for me, and a lot of changing of mindset. But we're up for this. And I did want to tell you that first, so that the homecoming tomorrow is the exciting part. And we do want to enjoy that, not thinking about the lesser happy part. I don't say bad part because I don't like that word. We will deal with it. And Moosey can do this. He will hopefully be able to sleep back in our bed. We do have one of those wonderful beds that is it's a split king. So I have my own ups and downs as Moosey does. So he can raise the back as he needs to for his sleeping, and mine can always be whatever I want. The feet go up too. So our bed is perfect for that. And that's what he is looking forward to. Now, we weren't able to do any more adjustments to Moosey's world. I've shown you pictures, and we still have a hospital bed there. He still has his chair, his red chair that he loves to sit in during the day. His television is there, all his books. Everything is there. And when we get to the point where we have a little more time to deal with that, we will hopefully get the bed out and bring our sofa back and return that little area back to normal again. Aiden has been such a help today. He's gone around and gotten all the cobwebs on all the beams. That's the problems with beam ceilings, especially when you live up in the hills too. And unfortunately, Shamu, our cat, has become very used to sleeping down in Moosey's world. So Shamu is going to have a big adjustment too, because I'm trying to find other areas where he can perch during the night. He stays out all daytime. That's where he wants to be, outside. And he looks around for stray cats and he makes friends. I think he misses Harley because he's behaving a little funny. Well, of course, he is old too, so he joins the group around here. It's a little cottage of oldies. But they've been very good to him over at the skilled nursing. He has enjoyed the food, but he is looking forward to some of our old little favorites. And I think he has requested tomorrow night to be one of our little cozy dinners, which is just a simple grilled cheese done our way with a tomato basil soup. Does that sound good? Although he's been getting great food over there. So that's our news. Not so good, but good that he's coming home. And we'll be able to deal with this. And I'm going to talk more in another video about the change of mindset that we're going to have to go through, how we're going to do it, and also the energy reset. I'm also 87, and I will have to deal with a lot of things that are a little bit more intense than they were. And that mainly includes maybe a lot of wheelchair pushing. But I have a lightweight wheelchair, but Moosey is still a heavy guy. And I'm dealing with my shoulder. I have to tell you, the magic of castor oil is still working on those little flare-ups in bed at night. I put that castor oil in my hand, I rub it on my shoulder, and I tell you, I can't figure out what does this, but within 5 minutes, that ache is gone from my shoulder. It's not gone forever, it does recur, but I'm fine. At least I can fall asleep. As you can hear my voice, when you're alone, right, ladies, you know this. You realize that you're not talking to anyone a lot of times, except on my birthday, which actually is today. I have gotten so many phone calls and so many happy birthday songs from little grandkids and great grandkids, and things on my texts and Facebook and Instagram, and oh, I am so blessed to have this family that this family, they love me, and I just am so grateful for that. They love both Smoothie and I, and we've managed to stay close to all of them. So I'm going to end this because I still have a lot of work around here to do. And as you can see today, I'm in one of those fall colors, all one color. I'm in the burgundies today. And that's my color for today. So tomorrow I'll be up early. I'll have everything ready and you will get a video. I'll hopefully put it up over the weekend, which might even include Moosey out in the garden in Moosey's World outside. If Micah is helping us in and out of the house in the wheelchair for the first couple of days, because we do have a little ramp there, and I don't want to deal with that yet, but Micah is helping us. And the weekend is supposed to be nice and sunny, and Aiden is helping me feed the birds today. We haven't fed the birds in a long time because that's Moosey's thing. He likes to sit outside and identify the birds and watch them. So I filled up a couple of the socks for the lesser goldfinch, and I still have some of those round snack treats. So we put up a couple of those trays for the blue jays, and I forget the names of all his other birds. I am so thrilled that the garden has waited to keep its beautiful blooms out for Moosey's return. And St. Francis is waiting, the bougainvilleas, and hopefully the birds will be back. Sometimes it just takes half an hour and they'll return. As long as they know that my Moosey's on the way, they'll come out. It's a beautiful day today, and I hope tomorrow will be the same. And even Shamu is waiting for Moosey. He seems to be wandering around waiting, and I think he even looked up at Moosey's chair today, and he said, Moosey will be in this tomorrow.
We hope.
But they haven't been here because I haven't been feeding. I hope they will be back for his homecoming. So Aiden has gotten that all taken care of too today. Thanks so much for all your comments and all your wonderful birthday wishes. I had a wonderful birthday weekend, as you know, this past weekend down in San Diego with Mikey and his family for 3 days. And then on Friday before I left, Friday night, we had the sister mom swap of jewelry, and the daughters and I celebrated my birthday too. And over there, down there, is a present from Moosey that he doesn't want me to open until tomorrow. I think he had Colleen get busy for him on something, and right down there is a package. I don't know what it is, but when Moosey comes home tomorrow, I'll get one more present. But thank you. You all have been so wonderful about wishing me the best on my 87th birthday. And one of you, I think Susan, said, this is my 5th birthday celebration with you. And I realized that we have been doing this YouTube for almost 5 years. I think it will be 5 years in December is when we started. So thank you again, my friends. I love you dearly. I hopefully will be able to get up another video sometime over the weekend with Moosey outside. And if I can get his beard all cleaned up and get him all ready, hopefully he will chat with you for a little while. He said, do you think I'll be able to do a cameo? I said, I hope so, because I know that all our friends are waiting. Love you so much. Thank you again. And please, in the meantime, binge and enjoy some of our other videos. The birds are happy today, too. Bye for now, and God bless us all.